This video is brought to you by Conductor OSS, an open-source tool that works with all coding agents including Claude, Codex, and Gemini. Fully local, fully yours. Check it out at conductros.com. Now, let's get into the news. Anthropic just dropped something unprecedented. Alex Albert, a researcher at Anthropic, posted a simple tweet with 2 benchmark charts. 10,000 likes in hours. 800,000 views. The tweet announced Claude Mythos Preview. But the real story is way bigger than a new model. What Anthropic actually announced is Project Glasswing, a cybersecurity initiative that brings together Amazon, Apple, Google, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and 6 more major companies. They are not just releasing a model. They are fundamentally changing how critical software gets secured. And the numbers are staggering. So, what is Claude Mythos Preview? It is Anthropic's most powerful frontier model to date, built on their latest architecture. On SWE-bench verified, the gold standard for software engineering, it scores 93.9%. That is 13 points higher than Opus 4.6, which was already the best in class. On Terminal Bench 2.0, which tests real terminal usage, Mythos scores 82% versus 65% for Opus. On GPQA Diamond, a graduate-level reasoning benchmark, it hits 94.6%. And on Humanity's last exam with tools, it scores 64.7%. These are not incremental improvements. This is a generational leap in coding and reasoning capability. But here is the critical part. Anthropic is not releasing this model to the public. Instead, Anthropic launched Project Glasswing. Named after the glasswing butterfly with transparent wings, this initiative puts Mythos Preview exclusively in the hands of defenders. The launch partners include Amazon Web Services, Apple, Broadcom, Cisco, CrowdStrike, Google, JPMorgan Chase, the Linux Foundation, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Palo Alto Networks. These are not casual partnerships. AWS said their teams analyze over 400 trillion network flows every day, and Mythos is already helping them strengthen code. Microsoft tested it against their open-source security benchmark and found substantial improvements. CrowdStrike CTO said the window between vulnerability discovery and exploitation has collapsed. What once took months now happens in minutes. Anthropic is committing $100 million in usage credits plus $4 million in direct donations to open-source security organizations. This is not a product launch. This is a coordinated response to a fundamental shift in cybersecurity. The results speak for themselves. Mythos Preview has already found thousands of zero-day vulnerabilities, many of them critical, in every major operating system and every major web browser. Completely autonomously, without human steering. 3 examples stand out. First, it found a 27-year-old vulnerability in OpenBSD, one of the most security-hardened operating systems in the world. This bug let attackers remotely crash any machine just by connecting to it. 27 years of human review never caught it. Second, it found a 16-year-old bug in FFmpeg, the video processing library used by countless applications. Automated testing tools had hit that exact line of code 5 million times without catching the problem. 5 million tests missed what Mythos found autonomously. Third, it chained together multiple vulnerabilities in the Linux kernel to escalate from regular user access to complete machine control. All of these have been reported and patched. But imagine what happens when these capabilities are not in the hands of defenders. The scale of this problem is enormous. Global cybercrime costs are estimated at around $500 billion per year. State-sponsored attacks from China, Iran, North Korea, and Russia threaten critical infrastructure worldwide. Hospitals, energy grids, transport systems, government agencies. All have been hit. Until now, finding zero-day vulnerabilities required elite human expertise. Mythos Preview proves that AI has crossed the threshold where it can match or exceed the best human security researchers. That is both the opportunity and the danger. The same model that finds bugs for defenders can find them for attackers. That is exactly why Anthropic is keeping Mythos locked down. They plan to launch new safeguards with an upcoming Opus model before making Mythos-class capabilities widely available. The offensive potential is simply too high to release unchecked. For developers watching this is where tools like Conductor OSS become critical. As AI models get more powerful at understanding and writing code, you need infrastructure that keeps you in control. Conductor OSS is fully open source, runs completely locally, and works with every major coding agent. Claude, Codex, Gemini, whatever you use. Your code never leaves your machine. If a model like Mythos can find bugs that survived decades of human review, imagine what it can do integrated into your daily workflow through a tool you actually control. Visit conductoros.com or check out the GitHub repo at github.com/sharonix06/conductor-oss. Star it, fork it, build with it. Project Glasswing is just getting started. Anthropic plans to report publicly within 90 days on what they have learned, the vulnerabilities fixed, and security improvements made. They're collaborating with leading security organizations to produce practical recommendations for how security practices should evolve in the AI era. This covers everything from vulnerability disclosure to patching automation to standards for regulated industries. In the medium term, they envision an independent third-party body to coordinate these efforts across the private and public sector. This is the beginning of a multi-year effort. And if Mythos Preview is any indication, the next few months will move very fast. That is the full breakdown of Claude Mythos Preview and Project Glasswing, the most capable coding model ever built, locked behind a cybersecurity initiative with 11 major partners. If you found this useful, like and subscribe. All links are in the description, including the official Anthropic page, the GitHub repo for Conductor OSS, and conductoros.com. Conductor OSS works with all coding agents, runs fully local, and is completely open source. See you in the next one.